we'll take a look at Tuesday's action in the hockey world. What do you got, Dave?
Yeah, so we're going to try and find some cool ways to mix in the daily sports once we really get rolling here, NHL and NBA. Obviously, we got short turnaround on the days that we record the show, so getting you guys stuff to be actionable that night would be high priority. We're going to try and do that here as we look at some of the later games on the slate, and just going to do a quick little run through of how you can basically build an NHL goal scorer parlay using what's on Dimers. So I'll share my screen here, pull up our general NHL predictions, and just kind of walk through a couple different parts of it. So this is our NHL props page. You scroll up, this is what it looks like. Looks like pretty much all of our props pages. We've added 2 new markets this year. I believe has been talked about on this podcast last week, assists and points. So we've got our most offerings ever on here. You'll find a ton of goals, lots of value, really fun league to play in with, and hopefully we'll hit some nice lottos throughout the season. But tonight, just real quick, we've got 3 of the worst teams, at least as far as goals allowed so far this season, in action. It's a pretty small sample size. Most teams have only played 2 or 3 games, but the Sharks, Ducks, and Flames all play tonight, all bottom 5 in goals allowed, each of them allowing double-digit goals. So what we're going to do is look at ways to attack those teams using the model's probabilities and predictions. And right off the bat, we've got Pavel Dorofeyev to score an anytime goal. Not only does this get an edge at plus 180, 3.5% value with a nearly 40% probability. Dorofeyev is the only player in the league with 5 goals this year. I believe he has a hat trick. If not, he's been even more consistent, and he's getting the Flames, who are, as I said, bottom 5, 13 or 12 goals allowed this year, I believe. So we'll grab Pavel Dorofeyev at plus 180 here. For the Penguins versus Ducks, there's no prop value here. I think there was one bit of a deep cut. Blake Lizotte, anytime goal, 19.5%. Not one that I'm putting in a parlay, but certainly a good straight value if you want. So what we could do instead is go into our Penguins-Ducks prediction. Just look at our anytime goal probabilities here. Pretty even split between Crosby, Russ, and Raquel as our top 3. But if you're looking for any additional data points, obviously Crosby is the kid, so you got him there. But Raquel has taken the most shots this year of these guys. He's 8 shots through 2 games. And he's coming off a career year in which he scored 35 goals, close to fair odds at 31.4%. So we'll grab him as well to score a goal. And then finally, we'll go to the last game. Again, no prop value on the props page, but we're just going to go into the game prediction here. And we've got a second data point in our favor, which we'll get to in a second. But Seth Jarvis leads, I think, all players in the entire game. Yep, not even just on the Hurricanes, with a 36.8% goal scorer probability. And if you go to our trends, obviously it's early in the season, so this is accounting for last season's data as well. But he's scored a goal in 6 of his last 10 games, going back to last year. So that seems like a pretty good guy to back against a bottom tier Sharks defense. I believe the worst, allowing the most goals per game so far. And you play them all at FanDuel, where you'll find usually the best NHL goal scorer odds. You get almost a 20-1 goal scorer parlay here. So that's Pavel Dorofeyev, Richard Raquel, and Seth Jarvis, almost 20-1. I'm going to play this for sure. Hopefully we'll shout it out as a winner on the next episode. But yeah, just one way you can use the NHL predictions. Didn't even really touch all the tools here. We have first goal scorers plus the assists and props. You could use the parlay picker if you want to, do this without any thought whatsoever. You just come here and click it. It'll give you some random props that you can put together. But you use the tools yourself. You'll maybe find a little bit more favorable spots to play.
Love it. All right. A great example of how to use all of the data that Dimers gives you on the site to find creative ways to build bets.